Hey, it's Risa G coming in from her cluttered kitchen table for another Tip Tuesday. And this week is a long time coming because many years ago, before I even had a YouTube channel, people used to ask me what I do for meal planning. And I never really thought of, I guess I never really thought of this as meal planning, but it really is. And I've been doing it for many, many years, although these days it encompasses a lot more than just flyers and pantry. It also encompasses the freezer, what's left in the refrigerator, and different websites where I go to either write down everything to keep my notes or to check the flyers online, because there are certain stores that I don't get physical flyers for. So I thought I would show everybody my tips for good meal planning. It does not mean that we don't have a crap load of leftovers or problems with the refrigerator and the freezer, which we do, but I'm working on that slowly. But this should help, of course, if I pay attention more to the leftovers. So anyway, I thought I'd show you what I do. I do this every Wednesday because, well, sometimes Thursdays, because that's when the flyers start coming in mail. But on Wednesdays, I start making a list of at least the things that I think I want to do and the things that I want, that I need, that I know we need. And then once the flyers come in, then I add it to the whole mess. So I'll show you basically what I do. Okay, so this is what I do. First, I go into the refrigerator and I write down all my leftovers. Okay, make a note of all my leftovers. Then I make a list. I go in the freezers downstairs and up here, and I write down what I got. Okay, and then I take one of these big index cards. I write down the week. Okay, so this week, all right, today's the 11th. That means that the 15th is Saturday, right? So 9/16, right? That's Sunday. And then I count up 7 days, right? And I write 9. So that's 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, right? To the 22nd. That means that the week after that is 9/23 to whatever, okay? Then I put down Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Usually Saturdays I do leftovers. It's a full night. Sometimes, unless I find something at the store that came in that looks good, because I work at ShopRite. So then I start going through my flyers. Okay, this is this week's ShopRite, and I write down the things that are on sale. So I have a note set up in my note set up in my phone, notes, okay, with supermarkets, all right, so Aldi, ShopRite, World Market, whatever, Whole Foods, Wegmans, all right, and I start writing down the things I definitely want to buy, all right, so I go to ShopRite, I know I want to get the broccoli, and I know it's 99 cents a pound, right? Whatever. I start going through the flyer, okay? There's broccoli, and, you know, I see they have challah bread. I already bought one of those. See, sour cream, $1.69, whatever. All right, sour cream, $1.69, whatever. I change it if it's not doing it right, whatever, right, etc. Okay? And then I start going through cookbooks. So let's say let's say I was gonna cook from Nigella Lawson's Forever Summer, okay? Let's say. I start going through it to see if there's something that I know I can make that I have the ingredients for, according to, I know I've got pulled pork, I got chuck roast, I got chicken, I've got some, something carne, something or other from Aldi down in the freezer, I got some fish, I got some pork chops, I know what I have, right? And I start looking, okay? Let's say I decided to make the slow roasted garlic and lemon chicken, right? I would write it down for a day this week, all right? I'll have usually a stack of cookbooks over here, all the latest books that I bought in the last few months that I'm cooking from, okay? And then I always pick an old one out of my collection that I want to cook from, that I haven't in a while. I might be on a Jamie Oliver kick, or a Nigella Lawson kick, or a Pioneer Woman kick, or Alex Guarnaschelli, or whoever it is, Julia Child, whatever. I pick out a pile of books, I put it over there. Usually I do this in the living room, because the coffee table is bigger and clearer than this one is. But let's just say I write down slow roasted garlic and lemon chicken, right? Monday is always Meatless Monday, so I put MM. Alright, and then I go to also, let's say I go to Pinterest. Where's Pinterest? Alright, well, obviously Pinterest isn't up here. But then I'll go to Pinterest, right? There's Pinterest. And I'll go to my section, and I'll go to my latest pins. Alright, and I'll see if there's anything over there that's meatless that I may want to make. I definitely want to make this chocolate hummus, let's say. So I'll put it in somewhere in the week that I want to make it. Alright, I want to make the chocolate hummus. Alright, and so if there's anything, I'll scroll down, see if there's an ingredient that I need. Okay, I have a can of garbanzo beans, I have cocoa, I have honey, I have water, I have salt. Nope, I have everything. Alright, so I know I have it. So I don't need to add any ingredients. Okay? Then I'll see if there's anything actually vegetarian that I can use for Meatless Monday. I don't, but I see there's Instant Pot red chicken enchiladas, right, from Epicurious. So usually then I go back to the week before, okay, and I see if there's anything, what day I made chicken on that week. And let's say this week I know I made it on Monday. I did not follow what I said last week because I forgot. It was the Jewish holiday. So usually I do vegetarian. So last week was Parmesan pumpkin risotto, which I never made. So I'll put that in its place. Parmesan pumpkin risotto. And I know it's from Instant Pot, No Pressure Cookbook, page 82. Okay. So that's going to be my Meatless Monday. Alright, possibly a salad. Okay. Then, because I had chicken on Monday last week, I'm going to put chicken on Tuesday. And I'll put, that's chicken. I'll put Instant Pot, red chicken, enchiladas with rice, guacamole, refried beans. Alright? I'll put where it's from, Epicurious. And then I'll put pin. Alright, so I know it's from here. I'll look down, make sure I got everything. See, I know I need chicken tenders. So first of all, I put it, or chicken in general, alright? It says chicken thighs. Alright, so I put that in the corner up here. And then I go back to my shopping list, and where do I usually buy chicken? I usually buy it at Costco. So I put in my Costco list, chicken thighs. And then I go back to my supermarket list. Okay. And I just keep doing this until I fill this whole thing in. And as you can see, I have, and then I check off whatever it is they may have used here. I know I'm going to use the sour cream. I've got 3 knishes. If I decide to do, all right, then let's say, all right, well, I did check in Tuesday. I'll do pork chops. On Wednesday, I can check off the, pork chops from here. I may want to do a soup on Thursday, and I have lobster shells, so I'll probably do a corn and potato chowder, right? And I'll use lobster shells, so I'll put that there. Alright, now I'll check off that, alright? And then I always make a pasta at some point during the week. Okay. Now, as you can tell on this one, I have things circled, okay? Well, those are things I just never ended up doing. And if you noticed, I also have arrows, alright? Arrows, right? Saying, well, I didn't make the Parmesan pumpkin risotto, so make it next week. Boom. Alright, make it next week. There's the arrow going to the next week. And then, yeah, this is circled, which means that I'm going to do this recipe this week since I didn't do it last week. Okay? And then supposedly tomorrow I'm going to do Easy Bo-Sam from Instant Pot, no pressure cookbook. Right, so I may use up that leftover pork, which was what the whole point. See, use leftover shredded pork. Just make rice and sides. Okay? So I give myself this information. And then, let's say, I come in on Wednesday and I go, oh, Easy Bo-Sam. Okay, so I'll go to the book and I'll look at the recipe and I'll say, hey, do I still have everything for this? If I do, then I know exactly what I'm going to do. So I set up my rice cooker, or I set up pot and pot, Instant Pot, because now I have 2 of them. So I can put rice in one, and I can heat up the rest of it, or make another side in the other one, all right? And just put the whole thing together with lettuce leaves, whatever, right? I need lettuce leaves. I put down here last week, butter lettuce, right? But then again, it's also Rosh Hashanah week, and I decided I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put it down here. We're going to have salmon tonight and some saffron rice, okay, because it's still kind of the holiday time, okay. So I probably won't make that. I'll come home tomorrow and I'll go, hey, I don't want the salmon. I mean, I don't want to do this. I'll do it next week, whatever. And I rework it and put some of the things from last week on next week, okay? And I make my shopping list and I go on to here and I start going to the other flyers, okay? So, like, alright, I go to the Aldi website, right? And I go to the flyer, it says weekly ad, and I go to see what they have. Alright, they have ground turkey, they have sirloin tip roast, they have ground beef. They do not have chicken on sale. See, I need chicken. So I'm glad, oh, here we go, fresh family pack chicken thighs, 79 cents a pound. Well, you know I'm gonna get that. Alright, so chicken, chicken thighs, 79 cents a pound, right? And then I go back to Costco and I deleted from that list, okay? Also, if you noticed, I also have it set up, things that I give my husband. Anyway, so you can see I have this broken down. I have Steve. I have Risa. Okay? Okay. Okay? Now, I'm not going to buy the chocolate hummus. I'm going to make some.
And I'll try to get them out while you guys are going.
Okay? So, I have put things on the list I know Steve can find in the store and will not have to ask for help with. Okay? And then I also have NW, which means next week I may want to try to see if I can fit the price of the Chef's Choice sharpener in. Alright, and then I go back to supermarkets. And usually I also make out a shopping list for Steve, a physical list for Steve. Alright, I usually make a physical list for Steve. Okay, I usually make a physical list, so I'll go Steve, and I'll put Costco, and then supermarket, okay, and I'll list what he needs to find. Okay, now in Aldi we usually go in together and we just stay together, but at bigger supermarkets we separate, and that way I give him a list and I give myself a list, and that way I don't have to keep the phone on the whole time. Okay, and then if there's Walmart, I put Walmart, whatever. Okay, so I know for Steve that at Costco he has to get the rotisserie chicken. Alright, I put 2, and Top choose chicken jerky and tissues. Okay, and then I need to get the smoked salmon. I need to get whitefish salad. Actually, Steve can get the mac and cheese, right? I need to get Donani feta cheese. It's my favorite. And that's it. Okay, so then I go back to the supermarket list. And, alright, I know I'm going to get the broccoli. I'm going to get the sour cream, probably. And, as you noticed, I also checked off things that we got yesterday, so I can delete those, okay? I delete those, alright, or things that we couldn't find. Like we're looking for Nudge's beef jerky, you know? So, alright, I check off, I remove all the check marks. Because when I'm in the supermarket, if I have this open, then I put check marks, okay? I also need Roma tomatoes. Okay, that's what I do. Okay, and I go to I keep going back to the different flyers, and I fill out my whole list. Then I make these separate physical lists, and then we go shopping, right? So really, that's how I do it. Okay, I start by breaking out the books that I want to use. I go to the freezer and the refrigerator and figure out what I need to use up. Okay, I pull out the cards, I start writing. I usually break it down: Meatless Monday, chicken, pork, soup, pasta, one night for leftovers, and then Sunday is usually, depends, because I usually work Sunday, and I usually don't want to make whatever it is that's listed. So I'll rework it to something that either I didn't make the week before, or just something that I may be in the mood to use up, and so I'll start searching through things. So Sunday is kind of a wild card. I leave it blank just in case. Okay? So later today, when I finally finish this card, I'll fill in the recipe for the pork chop, where I got the recipe, and what page, and all that. I'll put any other extra things up here, and I'll figure out where I want to get this recipe from. I'll decide what pasta to make and what leftovers to use up, and I'll fill up the card like I did last week, okay? And that way, if there are any other things I need to get during the week, I usually get them at ShopRite, since I'm there 3-4 times a week after work. I fill in and I take care of all the extra things that need to be gotten. If they're on sale, wonderful. If they're not, oh well. Or if I have a day off during the week, we'll go to the other store where I can get it for cheaper. Anyway, so that, Trevor, I have my lists of leftovers, my list of the freezer, my big index cards. Oh, and also, when the 2-week period is over with, I put it in a big clip like this, okay? And that way, if I want to go back, plus what I do is at the end of the, I forgot to mention this, okay? When I'm finished with the recipe, I will make a check mark. I will give it a rating, all right? I'll check it off. I'll give it a rating, whether we really liked it or not so much, okay? This one says a winner, okay? Things like that, okay? See, A plus. That was a winner, A plus, okay? I'll go back to here, and let's say there's turkey on sale, and I want to make that meatloaf again. I'll go back to the ones that have an A, anywhere from a B plus on up, A plus. If I write, it's a winner, a keeper, whatever. And those are the things that I will make again. Okay, I will make them again, all right? Because everybody loves them, okay? And then I also, at some point at the end of the year, I also make a whole list of family favorites that I can go back to. But I don't know, for some reason I never end up going back to them, or very rarely go back to them, much to their chagrin. So that's what we need, okay? Lists of leftovers, list of the freezer, your weekly flyer or flyers, okay? Pile of cookbooks, any website that I like to go to find recipes, so Pinterest, alright, Pinterest, possibly even YouTube, right? I'll go to my subscriptions. Maybe there was something from Indigo Neely that I really wanted to make. I'll go and search for it. Or possibly from Pressure Luck. Maybe I want to make his meatloaf. Or his crispy chicken. Or whatever. Or to Michelle from Nom Nom Paleo. I want to make her all-purpose sauce. Whatever. I'll go to the websites. I'll put them down on the cards, okay, for further notice. And then I'll go back to the lists and put ingredients in that I may need. And as you can see, I also put in sale items or digital coupons. See, like I put here, $1 off Galbani ricotta cheese, because that was a digital coupon. Things like that, okay? So I'll put everything on here. I'll make my separate lists. I'll take my insulated bag and we'll go shopping. Okay, that is my meal planning, or the way I do it anyway. Yeah, you know, those are the things I do for meal planning, and I do this every Wednesday, unless, of course, I forget. Then I do it on Thursday when the flyers come in. When ShopRite comes in, we also get for Stop and Shop and Walmart, a couple of, and I'll put them all together. Okay? And that's how I do it. And this goes up on the refrigerator door. And that way, if I say to somebody while I'm at work, I'm on my break, and I say, hey, can you check what I'm supposed to be making for dinner tonight? Somebody can tell me, and then I can look to see what ingredients I may need that I still haven't gotten, because I checked off all the stuff that I did get, but I did not check off this other stuff on purpose, because I knew I was going to be picking it up later in the week. And that's how I do it. And I hope that this was helpful to those who have trouble with meal planning. And if you have any other suggestions for me, put them in the comments below. Okay? And I will be doing more of these videos on how I do things for successful cooking. And for happy family stomachs. And if you like it, press like. And please subscribe and press the little bell. We could use all the help we can get. And so that's this week's video, and I hope that you take some of this advice. I hope it's helpful. And thanks for coming into my kitchen. Bye.